Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It is Tuesday morning and we're bringing you all the latest transfer news from Man United. Yes, it's been a busy 24 hours. In fact, we've got lots and lots of transfer news coming your way today. We're talking about Casemiro, possibly on his way out to Al-Nassr. Where did we see that coming? No one saw that coming. But apparently there are reports that United are very close on agreeing a valuation for the exit of Casemiro. Also, Bryan Mbeumo. Yes, United have finally made their formal offer, the second offer, an offer that is expected to be agreed by Brentford, and it's all just a formality. We're being told it's going to be accepted, and he will be our next second new signing, a massive signing for Man United. He is a highly sought after player, but we're going to be discussing that and lots more in today's show. We're going to be talking about Jadon Sancho also. We're going to be talking about Garnacho going to Chelsea and Nkunku coming to United. A swap deal. Who would have thought that? Anyway, we're going to be discussing that and lots more in today's show. But before we kick off, like always, please hit that like button on this video. It helps the video go to lots more Man United fans. And if you're not already subscribed to the Man United stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. Let's kick off today's show with the shock news about Casemiro. No one saw this coming. I mean, we were all set to see Casemiro next season at United, but now we've started getting reports that Man United are in advanced talks with Al-Nassr and Casemiro going out to them, and they're agreeing a fee as well. So we're hearing that some kind of valuation has been agreed, and it's just now the finer details that are being discussed. If this is a move out for Casemiro, this would be perfect for Man United. We need to release some money in Casemiro. He's on a huge salary, and that will be a huge saving for Man United, who can then go out and maybe get someone else in, or at least put some savings down. That's the main thing as well, because we need to balance our books, of course, with PSR, and we keep hearing that from the owners and the board that we need to balance PSR, blah, 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 and this will be a welcome news for most of the board and lots of fans out there who want to see some new players, some new faces. We know Casemiro hasn't got the legs to stay in the Premier League, and he should also know this. Why would he want to stick it out in the Premier League week in, week out, grinding away, when he can go off to Al-Nassr, enjoy his retirement almost, and get paid a huge amount for doing so? That is great news. Of course, we're going to bring you any further developments and news we get on this deal going through. Hopefully this does happen, because it means that United then can go out there and bring somebody else maybe in to that position. We were talking about Paulinho from Bayern Munich arriving at United. This could pave the way, absolutely could, if Casemiro leaves Man United. But again, we don't know. United are really bad with sales. They're really slow. They don't get things done. So let's wait and see. Massive news coming out in the last 12 hours was, of course, Man United submitting their second bid, over £60 million for Bryan Mbeumo. Now, we said this like 3-4 days ago, that United had already prepared a bid for over 60 million. They'd already agreed the valuation with Brentford, and it was just about the formal bid going in and them accepting the pay structure. That's what it was all about. It was not about the figure anymore. We already confirmed to you early this week. I think it was early this week, or was it on Saturday? I can't remember, but it was the weekend, I think, where we confirmed to you that we'd already had reports that Brentford and United had agreed the valuation, so the deal was done. It was just then about how the pay structure would work. And it does get complicated in these transfers. We as fans think, oh, it should be, easy, and it should be as easy as just turning up, making the offer, and that's it. No, it's not. It's really complicated behind the scenes. There's lots of paperwork to go through, of course, and there's a pay structure. How do United pay Brentford, and how do Brentford want to be paid for this deal? Of course, they don't turn up with a big suitcase of £60 million and drop it outside Brentford and say, there you go, guys, there's your money, send us the player. It doesn't work like that. It's not as simple as that. There's lots and lots of different ways of paying, and installments and add-ons that make up the deal, and that's why it takes longer than what we think it would be. So you hear about a week ago the deal's done, but then all the formalities take another week, and hence why this deal is taking a bit longer than we expect. But we're Man United fans, we expect things to be done done yesterday. Look, and hopefully this will get done. It is a matter of just completing those formalities, like we said on the weekend. And this guy is definitely our new second signing. It is great news. Now, on the front of Garnacho, we had a few days where fans have erupted against Garnacho, against his social media post where he put up his a picture of himself wearing an Aston Villa kit and with Rashford at the back of it. Now, the Rashford part, I get, right? Okay, he's a mate or whatever it is, fellow teammate or ex-teammate. They might have been friends, I'm not quite sure. But the Aston Villa part, I don't think is acceptable. It's not acceptable, actually. What do you mean? What do I mean by don't think? I know it's not acceptable. If I was managing that team and them players, I would have him out. And I'm sure Ruben Amorim's thinking the same thing. But he's already thought that. He's already made up his mind. We have been watching this take place and thinking, scratching our heads thinking, what's Ruben Amorim doing? Garnacho's a decent player, but clearly, Ruben Amorim's seen what Garnacho's like behind the scenes and knows that this kid isn't a United player. He's not got the temperament to play for United, and hence why he started sidelining him right in the middle of the season, and then near the end of the season, he was almost 1 foot out of the door already. Look, Garnacho, we've heard, is possibly likely to move to Chelsea. Chelsea are interested in him, but they do not want to pay the full amount. They want to do a swap deal with Nkunku. Now, we had this rumour and report in the January transfer window where there was a possible transfer on with Nkunku and Garnacho swap deal, but then it died down, nothing much heard of it. But then this is reignited. I'm not quite sure whether this has got any substance. I think it's coming from one or two sources that keep on drumming up this deal with Nkunku coming to United and Garnacho going to Chelsea. I don't think United are that interested in getting Nkunku. I don't think he fits into the team. They've got Bruno Fernandes already in that kind of role. And Nkunku hasn't hit the heights that he was expected to at Chelsea. Very injury prone. Do United need another player who's injury prone from Chelsea? Hint, hint, Mason Mount, right? Okay, we don't want another player like that. I mean, Mason Mount, he had a decent end to his season, and hopefully he continues on that trajectory and becomes a really good player for United. But let's be honest, his injury history is not great. So I would stick away from this Nkunku deal. Drop your comments below. Let us know in the comments below what you as Man United fans think about Nkunku. Do you think he could do a job at United? And do you think United should get rid of Garnacho? I personally think they need to cash out on Garnacho. They need a huge amount of money, and that is PSR related as well, because they make a pure profit on that. So why not sell Garnacho rather than doing some kind of swap deal? Does not work for me. Let us know in the comments below what you think. That is it for today's show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You are watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.